So you screwed up and cross-threaded it out of a wheel stud and broke it. I'm going to show you how to replace one today. For installing our new stud, it's usually easier if you have like a bearing type tool like this. This one in particular is from the Lyle company, part number 22800. It makes life so much easier, but if you do not have one of these nice bearings, you can kind of oil up these threads. You'll find a nut, not a lug nut because it's closed on, but a regular nut, hex nut, and use your impact and kind of use to pull it in. So first step is you need to remove your brake set here. You can do this by taking apart as a whole assembly with the caliper still attached to the bracket, or if you want lubricate and take it all apart, you can take the caliper off and then remove the bracket. For simplicity, I'm just going to do the whole assembly. There are 2 bolts here for the bracket, just broke them loose with a breaker bar. The Toyotas, they are most likely going to be 17 millimeters for your bracket. So this got removing the whole assembly. Comes off just like that. No needing of compressing your piston, adjusting pads, or anything. You can make sure it's nice and secured, set it up there, or you can go find a hanger and hang it up. Off your hubless rotor. If you're not replacing the rotor, you can use a little screw. There's some threads here, right? And as you screw or tighten the screw in, it's going to push against the hub and pull the rotor out. Just like that. So here we have our hub with our studs. You can see our broken one right here. It'll come from behind. It's going to be this guy. I'm going to tap it out. Punch, get it right nice and flat on your broken stud. So as you see, we have the old broken stud already off, but after a couple minutes of hitting it with our hammer and punch. So on this vehicle, I did break off the backing plate that's normally here. Sometimes that gets in the way of putting in or removing your stud. So sometimes you may just have to rotate, find an open clearance, like right here to the right, specifically for this vehicle. Some vehicles you may have to remove your center nut, kind of slide that in. Our bearing. This is the exposed bearing side. You want that against. We're gonna get our new one. Kind of got our. Oh wait, not here. There's a little notch. And I want to try to get this as straight as possible. There is a little bit of a indent on our hub, so for replacing studs, which is convenient. Get a few threads. And then we're going to go get our impact and pull the stud all the way through. Sorry, my head's getting away, but you do want the head of this stud to be flush against your head.
How close?
I think we're flushed. The little indent I was talking about is right here. It's kind of hard to tell with all the rust, but it does dip down to where you have clearance to slide in that new stud. And voila, you have installed a new wheel stud. Don't cross thread, people.